Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner from a hot and steamy Cape Town. It's the first real proper summer's day, you could say. Yes, it's really hot. It was 30 degrees here. I had the aircon on. Need to switch it off now for the video. Anyway, today we're going to have a kit review, and I looked when I last had a kit review for a 135 model. It's not something which I build on a regular basis. It was 10 months ago. I had a look at that Mercedes fruit wagon. Well, this will change. We'll have a look at the Unimog, or as we saw in Germany, Unimog. The Unimog S404, the Europe and Africa version. It is from the fine folks over at AK. And here it is. There it is. We're going to open it up together and have a look just now. But before we do that, let's pop down quickly to the history and have a look what that is all about. I'll see you there. Right, and here we are on scale mates with the Unimog S4 for Europe Africa from AK in 1:35. Now, this particular version of the kit came out this year, 2023, from AK. But looking at the history, we very quickly found out that AK is not the original manufacturer of this particular kit. This would go to the fine folks over at ICM. So this is their first for Unimog, or Unimog as we call it. This Bundeswehr version of the German army that came out 2022. So I have high expectations. This should be a very, very good kit, given it is very, very new. Even Revell brought out a version. Here you go, also in 135. It has 244 parts. Lots of parts in here, so we will see that in a minute. And the latest one is also from AK. This one has the roof version and the snorkel right over here, so it can drive through water. And I don't know if I have all these parts with me as well, if I even have a roof or a windshield or any of that. So that's only one way to find out. If we do, we'll just pop down quickly to the bench and have a look what is in the box. See you there. So here we are. Let's just get rid of that. Here we go. With the box, you can see it has been ripped a bit. Don't ask, no questions. That's what it looks from the front. A couple of things on this side. This side is particularly important because you can see all the versions. Very, very nice. From Somerset Cornwall over all-round Rüstungen up to a movie vehicle right over here. So let's open the box and see what is in here. Well, there is lots of plastic. I also took that one out already, and I took out the decals. We have a look at those in a minute. And we have all of these things. And an instructions manual. Yes, I'm doing this again because my Wi-Fi camera setup, bench setup, was set to the wrong access point, and the whole video kind of was very delayed. Oh yeah, we have tires here. While we are at it, and I have them in my hand. Let's have a look at those. I'm going to take them out, Roland. Yes. There we go. So that's what they look like. Not bad. See if there's any branding on them. Not that I can see. I would assume, since it is Unimog, is a Mercedes. It wasn't always. It came out under its own brand when it started out, but it's obviously since the 50s Mercedes. And they have no branding. So if you want to add some branding, Continental probably would be the right brand here. This is what all Mercedes came out with. And for all I know, they still do. Right, here we go. So this is a resealable package. I like that a lot. But let's have a quick look here at the instruction box. Very nice. You can have a look at the sprues, make sure everything is there. So there's some 3D printed parts as well. We have a look at those now. Some detail parts, and obviously the frame. Make sure you build this correctly, otherwise the rest of your model will be skew. Don't ask how I know. Then suspension parts, very, very nice suspension parts. Engine, then obviously the engine goes in right over here with a gearbox, lots of transfer boxes right over here, lots of power traverses and some stuff like that, because it obviously is an all-wheel drive vehicle, that it is, and it goes any and everywhere. Really, really nice. So obviously the ruggedness is obviously what made it so famous. Tanks over here, boxes and suspension parts get built over here, stabilizers right over there. Then here you can more or less see what it's supposed to look like. Then you start with the cabin right over here, go on with the cabin, and if you want to build it up to a roof section, you can do that as well, obviously. No a problem, sorry. Seat right over here. Look, they have the seat frames and then they put the cushions on there. That's actually quite cool, I like that. Doors right over here. Very small parts which I see here, which obviously ICM is not unknown for. So they do small parts. Window for the little cover right over here. Front windows right over here. Then we go to the flatbed at the back. Build that all up. And finally we put everything together. Spare wheel goes there. If you want to do the machine gun for the different versions who have machine guns, you can do that as well. We have a British version, we have a Portuguese version, that's the one that does the machine gun. We have a Trans-Sahara crossing from the mid-70s. We have the Régiment de Chasseurs, French forces in Berlin from 1981, Cold War area. Then 1985, also still Cold War. We have a armory factory right over here, that's their also vehicle. Then we have French Army Green right over here for the National Guard of Croatia, 1991. Here's another one. Good luck getting this pattern correctly, even on the tires. So you go. And then we have the Uganda action movie one, which actually looks very striking. I've seen guys making this by hand, and I must say they're doing an awesome job. Yeah, that's them, not me. But it looks like there are many, many possibilities with this kit. Quick look at the decals. For that we just move in a little bit closer. Here we are. We have Trans-Sahara decals. Obviously we have dashboard decals right over here. We have different kind of registration plates. We have a Spitfire one. Here we go. We have French and other markings. And depending what version you use, you will use a very few of these decals, and the rest can go into the spare box. Always like decals in the spare box. Why not? Nothing wrong with having a spare box with decals. Always comes in handy. Have a look at the transparent parts. We'll see them over here. Two front windows, back window. Front lights right over here, back lights right over here. Very small. And you obviously paint them transparent red. Bit of plastic, as you can see. So let's start out with this one here. It's the flatbed right over here. Just go a bit closer. You can see the structure right over here. These are the sides. Here we go. Bumper right over here, and some other parts if you want to build up a kind of a canopy at the back right over there. Then let's have a look at the next one. Here we go. There's some interesting stuff here. We have gearboxes and transfer cases right over here, stowage boxes. That's the interior. A couple of fenders right over here. Here's the front part with the iconic Mercedes star. Can you see it? Yes, you can. That also belongs to the inside. Let's have a close look at the dashboard. Not bad at all. Actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, that gives you an idea. Quite detailed, so yeah. Spare wheel right over here. We have the exhaust on this side. Spare wheel there and there. And some other boxes and accessories. Seats, cushions if you want to, over there. Now I've driven one of those. Cushion is overselling it a bit. Quite hard. Right, then here we have the frame parts on either side of this particular sprue. different differentials right over here. Tanks, we will find them over here. Very nice, actually. We'll see the roof section. This looks like a radiator right over here. If I had to guess, hood part with the hood right over here, and canisters right over there. This looks like the lower part of the petrol or diesel tank, and engine and gearbox you find in this area, all very detailed. And then let's have a look at the last sprue. No, second last sprue. Let's first have a second last sprue so we can prepare ourselves. These are wheels, mainly wheels, and transfer cases right over here. Very nicely detailed, really are. Look at that. That's not bad at all. You know, they have done a pretty good job there. Very cool. Right, now here are small parts. These are the frames for the seats right over here. These are the handles for the jerry can. We have the fan right over here. Different types of bumpers and suspension parts. Steering wheel right over here. And then these obviously all very thin parts. So these are the parts which you like to cut off as exact as possible, because if you have to start sanding on this, you will break them. Yeah, there is no doubt about that. So you need to find a trick to get those nice and smooth. That is obviously always the challenge with those ICM and other Ukrainian builders. All right, then we have a 3D printed table in this wondrous box. That. Ah, that's where the machine gun lives. All right, here you go, machine gun parts right over here, all 3D printed, and then this table, very interesting. And we have 2 packet rolls, and then we have tires, 3D printed tires, and they look very nice. They have the tires and the rims in one piece. Should we get the tires from... Let's get the tires out to compare them, and the rims for that matter. Right, here we go. These are the vinyl tires. And these are the rims. So let's get a bit closer so we can have a proper comparison, shall we? Here we go. Right, now that is all very, very interesting, isn't it? We have these wheels right over here. So this appears to be the spare wheel, which I'm having a look at here right now. Let's get the real driving wheel right out so you can see a proper comparison. Right, should we cut this out and just pop it into the tire so we can have a bit of a better look? Yeah, that obviously was not the one which I should have cut off, but yeah, that's fine. We'll live and learn. Here we go. Just gonna put it in here. Here you go. So you can either go with the 3D printed version, which you will see right over here, or you can go with the injected molding one. Here we go. There you have it even closer. 3D version right over here. Here you go. That's what that looks like. Pretty cool. Very cool. Look at the rubber here. Very nice. 3D printed, and then obviously the original styrene version. Here we go. Slightly less detailed on there, but still crisp. And then obviously the rubber, which you will have to clean up. Let's have that a direct comparison right over here. Yeah. And there's a difference. Is it worth it? Up to you. Anyway, you have the choice. Absolutely do. And that is always appreciated. some extra 3D printed parts in the box for the machine gun and the wheels and tires. Very, very cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of that, of the Unimog 404 right over here. You can see the front part. Funny how they don't have a Mercedes here on the package. Obviously it wasn't an officially licensed product, but they certainly have it on the plastic. Right, so let's go back to the bench and I'll give you my final thoughts. Right, and here we are. That was the Unimog S404. Very nice, very detailed kit, typical ACM, and this obviously is a Rebox by AK Interactive, and looks a nice kit. And if you're into that sort of thing, I think you really can buy it. You'll have lots of fun, and you have choices between 3D printed parts, a 3D printed machine gun in this particular case as well, and then obviously the other normal styrene parts, which is the normal kind of softy grey, medium grey, which we are used from these companies from the Ukraine, be it Mini Art or in this particular case ICM. Well, thanks very much for popping in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you're looking for my Facebook page or Grumpy's Bazaar page, please find those in the description of the video. Hope you all have a lovely week further, and greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.